through the struggle and learn from the pain. No, it ain't fair, but I know it's the game. Hurting through loss and there's no one to blame. I ain't no better for them, it's the same. Little bit wiser each day that I grow. Internal battles, I can't let them show.
Alright, y'all, so we got some information on Sun's rework, man, and how it's actually going to be. And I'm just reading through it, and it looks interesting. Like, basically his ultimate and his second ability is still the same. The only thing that's been changed is his passive and his first ability. So basically, when it comes down to his passive now, every time the avatar attacks, Sun gains health. So every time his doppelgangers or whatever, they attack somebody, then they gain health. Like before, basically what it was is every time he hit somebody 5 times, then a doppelganger comes out and whatever. Yeah, that's what his passive used to be. Now they changed it so every time a doppelganger comes out, he just gains some health. And also his first ability has now been changed, so every time he hits an enemy, he's going to create a doppelganger. When he hits an enemy with that ability, it's going to create a doppelganger. So basically the only thing that's happened with Sun is he has a bunch of, like, they've made his power a lot stronger. But I honestly, overall, I think this is gonna be trash. I don't think that this is gonna be a good buff to Sun whatsoever, because it still has the same problems, the same weaknesses, and the same flaws. Like everybody else has stuns, a lot of crowd control. Basically, he has nothing that really just makes him stand out still. So it does not matter how strong, like, because you can make somebody the strongest hero in the world. They could be the hero who could just one-hit everybody. Like, let's say they made Sun so strong he could just one-hit everybody. Obviously, if you can land that one hit, that would be super effective. But if you get stunned by Freya, then you get stunned by Hylos, then you get stunned by Nana, then you get stunned by Cyclops. What good is that one hit? You're never going to get it off. And basically, that's the meta that we're in right now. You basically going up against a bunch of heroes who will stun you. And so no matter how strong and how powerful they make somebody is, brute force is just not the answer. Like, brute force cannot be the answer when you have all these heroes who have tactics that can stop brute force. Basically, no matter how much brute force this man has, he'll be stopped before he even gets close enough to damage it, to put it off. And that's what I think that Arena of Valor does right. If you've played Wukong in Arena of Valor, he's very deadly because he goes invisible. He goes invisible and he can just jump up out of nowhere with a crazy attack that deals crazy damage. He goes invisible, he pops up, and then he'll knock somebody on top of the head and deal a bunch of damage to him. Now, that would be effective. That's effective in Arena of Valor because there is crowd control in Arena of Valor, but you can't use crowd control on somebody if you don't know that they're there. And I think that's huge. That's a huge thing. That's smart to do for a fighter, because, well, actually he's an assassin in that game, but it's still a smart ability because it makes somebody perform well in this crowd control meta, in this meta where you got all these mages and assassins who can just completely destroy people. I think that Sun needs something more. His skills needed a rework, not a buff. I don't think Sun needed a buff or just something like that. I don't think something simple like that is going to work whatsoever. In my opinion, he needs completely different skills. He needs completely different. Like, I thought his passive was going to say something like he goes invisible or something. Like something like that, man. Something that's really going to help him engage and do his job a lot better. Because what it seems like to me is that the developers didn't sit down with Sun and actually rethink what he needs to survive in this meta. It seems like they just threw a bunch of power on him and was hoping for the best. That's stupid. That's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to say, okay, now we have so many heroes in the game. We have Cyclops in the game now. He's a newer hero that's crazy. We have Change coming to the game. We have Selena coming to the game. We have Hylos now. All these heroes have been released since Sun came into the game. So what is it that we can do to make Sun fit into this new era of heroes? And when you think about that, you think about the crowd control. Like, the first thing that I would think about walking into a meeting is like, how can we get Sun to be beneficial throughout a battle? And just having a bunch of power is not going to do it. It's not going to complete that task. When it comes down to get to him, what I want to do with Sun, I want to get him to that battle without getting stopped. So what is that? That invisibility is a smart option. Having some type of crowd control is also another smart option. What if when he does that little spin thing where he spins around in a circle, you could have kept the same ability, but if he spent through a group of people, that made them all get stunned. Like, he would have had the same ability, but everybody around him would have got stunned, and that would have made him a little bit more useful, because while he engages like that with that ability that stuns everyone, then his team can actually jump in and they can have a team fight. He can be very, very beneficial to a team fight. I think that it needs to be more thought put into heroes that when they make changes in Mobile Legends. I don't think they put too much thought behind it, especially, I mean, Sun is a hero that the thing is, it seems like if you're not paying for a new hero in Mobile Legends, they don't put too much thought behind changes. I noticed a lot of people didn't even like the Nana changes and stuff like that. And it just seems like if it's something that they're not going to make money from, they don't put no effort into it, and that sucks. It sucks that it seems that way, but this is the only thing I can think of. I don't even know how this could even be remotely considered a decent buff, a good buff whatsoever, honestly. But like I said, it's too soon to tell. Like, maybe it's gonna do, because one thing that I wasn't expecting is Mortis to come out and do what he's doing right now in this meta either. I never expected that, because I never, to be fair, I never took the time to understand his abilities and skills in the first place. I didn't know how much stuff that he countered, how many people he could stop and stuff like that. But I know Sun's abilities. I've seen him this whole time, and I've rarely seen him this whole time, but I used to see him when I first started playing the game, and he wasn't even a threat back then. It's not it was never the fact that he didn't do enough damage. It was the fact that he was just a completely useless hero because of his skill set. His skill set was not the best fit even for a meta back then. So his skill set is definitely not the best fit for this current meta. But that's just my opinion, man. Let me know what you all think in the comment section down below. Let me know if you agree. Let me know if you disagree. Let me know some of your thoughts on what would make this better if you don't think that this is a change that's going to be worth it. But I know a lot of people are hopeful for this Sun buff, but I don't see it going over well. I don't see it bringing him back into the meta, because it just don't fit for me. But let me know what you all think in the comment section. Drop that thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you're new, and I'm gonna catch y'all on the next one, fam. Peace out, yo.